Lurae, I think, has worked in rehab her whole life. We've worked together for over 25 years. Thousands of people, thousands of clients. There's a fine line between being a client and serving a client. And at any time you can step over that line. Each person's life matters as much to him or her as our lives matter to us. Lurae had that. She was born with that in her heart and soul. Always been able to understand people's value. And Lurae has been very, very active in the Brain Injury Association. And in that activity, she's got to donate hours and hours to the brain injury camp and to Side by Side. And that commitment is one of joy because we're helping people get better.
This is my son Frank, and in 1989 he graduated from the University of Georgia with a degree in finance. And 2 weeks after he graduated, our family was involved in a car accident. And his head didn't hit anything, but his brain shifted, twisted inside his skull. And he had a traumatic brain injury. We met Lurae at our church. She goes to our church, Norcross First United Methodist. And from there we got to know her and
got to love her.
And she's so dear and so sweet, and she's so active in our church. And she makes mission trips with our church all the time. And she also goes to brain injury camp all the time.
Camp, I dance with her. We bust moves into dance on Saturday night. Lurae dances like a machine. She's such a sweetheart. Everybody loves Lurae, including me. She's effervescent.
She gives great emotional support.
Me too.
And you can tell that she loves Frank. And anybody that loves your children, you love.
Our 3-year-old son, Jacob, was injured Christmas Eve 2010 in our home elevator. And he was trapped between the hoistway door and the accordion door. And he has a brain injury.
Andy Cash introduced us to Lurae, and it's been a blessing ever since.
She was always very honest, and that's what we needed.
Yeah.
You know, because you feel lost when all this is happening, and she was able to kind of guide you and give you the true facts of what you need to know and what you need to do.
Yeah, and that's huge. Lurae had always made predictions of what was going to happen. And, you know, we had our own ideas of what were going to happen. But she ultimately was right on many of those things. And one of the things was she kept saying, you're going to end up building a ranch. You're going to end up in a ranch. And, you know, because of her care for Jacob. From the start, because we love our current home, we didn't envision ever leaving. But it's a 2-story home. And she politely said, you're going to end up in a ranch. And that was probably about 5 years ago, and she was right.
Yeah.
She's been really wonderful about helping us understand what our future will be. In a polite and caring and loving way, she's direct, which is needed, so people can start planning accordingly. She's just always accessible to us if we need her, and she's been a true friend throughout this time.
I'm a lawyer. I practice plaintiff's personal injury work. Lurae was working at the time with Jan Shepard. And as it turns out, if memory serves me correctly, I think they had a meeting with Ben Weinberg at his office. And they were either too intimidated, it's hard to imagine Lurae being intimidated by anybody, or embarrassed to ask Ben Weinberg about going to the bathroom there. And so they came to our office to go to the bathroom. And that's how I met her. Lurae was somebody who I instantly was attracted to and just impressed with. You know, she is, I think it's fair to say, a big personality. She introduced me, I think, to the concept of life care plans. She's got to testify to set the groundwork for the court to admit that life care plan. The easiest way to describe her style of testifying is magnificent. You watch the jury when she's testifying, and she's talking to each one of them. And every one of them, you can just see them are invested with the feeling that, you know, she's talking to me. She is a gifted communicator. She has the ability to take very complex subjects and to break them down and explain them in a manner that is easy to understand. And it's really a gift. She knows whereof she speaks, and she speaks very well. She is responsible for, one, making those of us who work with her better lawyers, better able to do our job for our client by educating us. You know, I can't tell you how much I've learned from Lurae. And not just about how to prosecute a malpractice case, not just how to present damages, but I feel like every encounter with Lurae is a life lesson.
I think Lurae's gift in testifying really comes from the fact that she really likes her clients. And if you really like the person with the disability and you're positive that we can help that person, it's something that is, I'll use the word fun, to share with the jury. Lurae is a friend to so many people, and she knows what the word friendship is all about. It's not just saying, yeah, I'll come to your party. It's saying, I'll come to your life. And Lurae's in the life of a lot of people, and each one matters to her.
A toast, Lurae.
Here's to
Lurae, we love you. Thank you for everything.
Thank you. Love you.
Here's to you, Lurae. Enjoy your life.
To a good friend, to someone who has taught me many, many lessons, to one of the most kind and humane human beings on this earth.
We've shared a lot of bottles of wine. We've shared a lot of life. We've shared a lot of clients. And we've shared office space and sometimes beds.
You've worked too hard not to enjoy your life from here, Lurae, so please live it up.
You're going to love retirement. It's more fun. Of course, it takes 5 more years for you to actually get retired, but I'm glad you're on your way. And come to Creekside. That's where you'll find Bob and me.
You are truly special. You're special not only to those of us who work with you, but much more importantly, you're special to those who we try to help and with your guidance have been successful in the past. God bless you.
Bottoms up.
You drinking it all?
Mm-hmm.